I had to pay a lot of money to learn the strangest secret in mental performance coaching, and I'm going to give it to you right now for free. Well, not quite right now, in just a moment. In fact, I'm going to give you something else for free. It's a really great tool that I do use a lot in my work with athletes that I will give you at the end of this video. So, the strangest secret in mental performance coaching. What is it? You may have heard of that term. It's like strangest secret. Do I know that? Have I heard that? Where's he getting that? Well, he's getting that from 1956. Earl Nightingale, very classic in the whole self-help world. It's really a classic. And if you aren't familiar with it, I would highly, well, even if you are, I listen to it really a couple times, at least a year, and always get something new and get recharged on it because this guy is just great. Earl Nightingale laid this down. Nightingale coned it, became big self-help, so forth. But anyway, he had read Think and Grow Rich and was really struck by the main message of it. And then he watched it in himself and he watched it in other people, particularly salespeople, other or performers. And he came to this, or this is what he says, is the strangest secret. People become what they think about. And he says it in a cool way too. I can't really do it quite like he does, but people become what they think about. So what he's talking about there is whatever you focus, I like to say it as whatever you focus on, you get more of. Whatever you focus on, you feel. Whatever you focus on, you attract. And in fact, then you become what they think about. He uses a lot of boat metaphors. Like if you go in a boat and you have a rudder and a goal, I'm going from this port to that port, and I'm going to steer from here to there. Really, really good chance you're going to get there. And it's the same he's talking about with having a goal and then using your mind to steer yourself to that goal. Focus on it, focus on what you want. And so that becomes huge. Well, I mentioned I paid for it. I did my PhD at the University of Virginia with Dr. Bob Rotella. He talked about it as people tend to become what they think about themselves. People tend to become what they think about themselves. So now we're really zeroing it in on your own thoughts about yourself. And there's no question. I mean, I teach a course on mental performance coaching, and the way that people perform over my 40 years of coaching, but also coaching coaches, is their own thought about themselves, their own self-image, what they think about themselves is by far the number one determinant. I've worked with a lot of players, professional baseball in particular, a lot of less, so this guy's got a lot of talent. This guy's got less, but this guy shoots to the big leagues. This guy's like, what's up with that? He goes, this guy thinks he belongs. He thinks he belongs. And that's why he's really outperforming you at this point. So he's become what he thought about himself. And it can look like this. I suck. I can't do it. Because he's pumping all of his failures. He's focused on his failures. So he's becoming what he thinks about. And so pretty clear that this guy is going to fail at whatever he's going to do. And as opposed to this guy who's pumping his wins. Hey, I did this, I did this, I accomplished this. And he's like, I've got this. I can do it. So obviously that's what we want to have happen. And a nice way to say it is to say, hey, let's use your free will to choose what you think about and what you think about yourself. We have free will. We have our ability to make choices. And so we need to choose deliberately to think things that help us get to where we want to be. And very much in terms of mental performance coaching, you really could look at it as we help people have more choices, have choices they didn't have before, and then make good choices with their free will, with what they focus on and what they do. In fact, the number one performance variable is, what do you think the number one performance variable? What do you think I think it is? Well, what difference does that make? Who am I? Dr. Tom Hansen. I wrote Heads Up Baseball with Ken Ravizza. And I wrote Heads Up Baseball 2.0 with Ken Ravizza. I wrote Play Big, Mental Toughness Secrets to Take Baseball Players to the Next Level. Love this book. And a great book on accountability, a business fable here on commitment and actually getting things done. So I also worked full-time with the New York Yankees back in 2001, and I now run the Play Big Academy. So what is the number one performance variable? Focus. Focus of attention. You can think of times, I know I can, where I had very little confidence. Time hitting where was pinch hitting, but I was terrified, choked up, just hit it. I focused, just hit it, and I hit it out of the park. And so you can think of, well, the tortoise and the hare, classic story. It's really, which would you rather be in a race, the tortoise or the hare? Well, a rabbit, the hare, just lost his focus. So he was super confident, but lost his focus. And who won the race? The one that stayed focused, the one who stayed focused. So focus is the number one variable. And so what we want to do is train our brains to think great. So we want to think and be able to stay focused, and we want to think thoughts that help us be confident. How do we train ourselves to do that? And what we're talking about here, if we dig in a little bit in the brain, is reticular activating system. And this is some good AI stuff here, but the reticular activating system, RAS, which is not to be confused with the ROUS of Princess Bride fame, is a network of nerves, the brainstem, that acts as a filter controlling what sensory information reaches your conscious awareness, and it's crucial for sleep-awake cycles, arousal, and attention. It functions as a gatekeeper, allowing you to filter out irrelevant stimuli like background noise while being instantly alerted to important things such as your name being called. And you can influence your RAS by setting intentions, visualizing goals, and practicing mindfulness to focus your attention, just what Earl Nightingale was talking about. When you really set your rudder, you have a clear goal, and you use your rudder to adjust your thinking, because you're going to become what you think about. You're going to accomplish what you're going to stay focused on. That can influence the RAS, like what gets in. You've probably seen this exercise where, you look around the room and say, okay, well, what is everything? Notice everything that's blue. Right now, look around, what's blue, what's blue, what's blue, what's blue. And then, okay, take a breath. Exhale, close your eyes, unless you're driving. And now name things that you see or that are in your view of that are brown or green. And what are things that are brown? Let's say brown. And then open your eyes. Now you look and say, oh, I missed a lot of brown things. Well, because your reticular activating system, your focus was on things that were blue. And it goes that way in life. We can go much more depth on this, but that's enough for it for now. Another way to train it, though, and here's your freebie. Another way to train your reticular activating system so you think good thoughts, so you have a goal and you're going after it and you're able to stay confident, is by using the Play Big Winventory. Play Big Winventory is a custom GPT that I built, and it looks like this. So right here, there'll be a way for you to get to this link. And let me say before, in case I forget later, anything that you put in here just stays inside of your ChatGPT. It doesn't come to me. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just somewhere. It's just held by you. So this Play Big Winventory, it's like an inventory of your wins. Guides athletes and coaches through the Play Big Winventory, a powerful confidence building exercise. Click here to start. So let's go. So I'm clicking there, and it is going to come up with something. All right, welcome to your Play Big Winventory. This is where you build your mental game trust fund, a bank of moments that prove who you are when you trust yourself and play big. Every win you drop here is a deposit you can cash in anytime that you want to feel grounded, confident, and ready. We're going to collect 21 wins, one at a time, short like movie title phrases. And then what this tool is going to do is walk you through that process. I like to call it 21 fun, like 21 fun things to remember that make you feel good when you focus on them, because what you focus on, you feel. So win number one, what's your first win you want to drop in? Well, I hit a home run with no confidence. How about that? The homer with no confidence. And then you just hit return, and it's going to give you a little, hey, way to go. That was a powerful one you produced anyway. Proof that even without the feeling, you showed up big. Let that settle in your chest for a second. Now let's go. Number two, I wrote heads up baseball. And let's see what it says to that. So that's a second one. Yes, quiet discipline, follow through. That's a play big move. And you can see where we're going. All right, what's the next one? Oh, and off you go. And it keeps pushing you on until you get 21 of them. You go to 21 of them, and then it gives you options on how to copy it. I want you to copy it generates, here's your list of 21. Copy it, paste it, print it out, and then you've got it. So you can have a list next to you of like, oh, there's my 21 wins. And then what do? Then you look at it each day, go through and re-experience each of them. You come back and you do a Winventory again the next day. Or what I like to do is either myself or the athletes that I work with, pick 1 or 2 or 3 of them and then act them out. Say before you go to bed or first when you get up, physically get up and move, act them out. Like, yeah, I remember that one. Remember that one. Boom. So you can see just by my remembering, okay, the home run with no confidence. I did it. I've got another home run that you'd read in Play Big where hit it off this light tower and I can just still see it and feel it when I go back there. Because I focused on that, I feel that. And now off we go. So now I'm training my reticular activating system. I'm training my brain to be on the lookout for wins. Great way to do it. Hey, the 3 Ws exercise I'll give to athletes. It's like, hey, before you go to bed, what are 3 Ws from today? This, and this. And as you do that, you're training your brain to be looking for that, just like you could for a 4-leaf clover. I have a really weird, it's incredible. I have a son named CJ. And my reticular activating system is so set on license plates. I see almost every time I go out and driving, I see a license plate that's CJ something. And I bet you never see them at all. They're there, but you never see them because your RAS isn't set for it. Mine is, and I see it. It's crazy. It can go by pretty fast. Oh, there it goes, CJ. So we want athletes, you want you and athletes that way trained. I'm set for, let's go with confidence. What are my wins? And now you can also do it with future wins. Bonus points if you go stick it out into the future. All these wins are coming up. So you get it? I think so. So you can say, hey, people become what they think about, and there you go. But now we can have a tool, and you can give this tool to athletes that you work with. I encourage you to do it yourself because that's the number one variable, and that's all you really can control. And then this or some other form of it where you get them looking for the wins and egging them on, and then do it again, print it out, have it near you, do it again, and do it again. So that's the Winventory, and that is the strangest secret. It's not that strange. It's really not that secret, certainly not anymore. But the secret really is to do it, is to put it into action. And if you are interested in taking your mental game coaching up to a next level, click a link down below and get in some information or set up a call with me to talk about my Play Big Mental Performance Coaching Certification Program. It is the straightest line path between where you are and where you want to be. I'm in this port. I want to be in this port. We set that as a target, and I'll help you steer your way to being who you want to be. All right. So whether you do that or not, get out there and let's play big.